Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having a really good day. If this is the first time you're watching my channel, my name is Sebastian and I welcome you guys with open arms. I do pop culture videos every day. So if you're looking for a new messy best friend who has the latest tea, grab a snack, grab a drink, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I would be very grateful. You guys, we gotta talk about Selena Gomez opening up for Vanity Fair and saying the craziest things. But I mean, it's not really the craziest things. Like, if you really think about it, like, a child star has so much pressure. So she basically said that they forbid her when she was on Wizards of Waverly from 2000 and... Oh, girl, I want to say 2000 and... Girl, when? I want to say 2009 it started? Right? 2000... When did it start? 2007 to 2012. So she had to be like, you know, they really wanted her to be a good role model, you know, because there's a lot of Disney stars that came out and, you know, Lindsay and then Britney and then, you know, whatever. Hilary Duff, she maintained her goodness, honey. But Disney really wanted Selena Gomez to be the best role model. And she actually was forbidded it. Is that a word? Forbidden? Girl, they said no. They forbade her from saying what the hell and probably a lot more things. You know, Disney and Nickelodeon, like all of these, you know, children networks, I have to say that they definitely do put a lot of pressure on their stars. I mean, you should definitely watch like the documentary of Demi Lovato when she talks about like her Disney days and stuff. Like, they're crazy. And, you know, I get this whole thing about being a role model, but at the same time, like, kids at like freaking 10, 9 are cursing already. Like, they want kids to act like they're in this bubble that it's not real. And like, I'm sorry, but like for me growing up when I was watching Disney and stuff, because I was more a Disney girl, the shows were a lot more like advanced and a lot more real. Like, now I look at it, I'm like, this is literally for like little babies. And I'm like, girl, you know, when I was a kid, you know, That's So Raven and like all of these shows, they weren't that kid, like that baby. I feel like now kid shows are like babying kids that should not be babied anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's so beyond filtered that it's not real anymore. And I think that, you know, Selena Gomez had such a good point. She said in the magazine, I'm going to read you guys the quote. She said, give me a second, please. Thank you so much. Can you speak amongst yourselves? She said, now I think being the best role model is being honest, even with the ugly and complicated parts of yourself. That is so freaking true, because when you're like a preteen and then a teenager, you are going through things, okay, bitch? Your body is changing, hormones are racing, your thoughts are changing, and you're not that little, you know, that little baby mind anymore. And I feel like kid shows that are certain demographics, like if this is a demographic for like, you know, 6 and under, like I get it. But if this is the demographic for like 13, 16, you got to talk about real life stuff. You know, like Lizzie McGuire, I think it's the first episode, she bought her first bra. You know what I mean? You talk about periods, you talk about liking boys, girls, like, you know, like, you know, now they're a little more LGBTQ plus friendly, you know, and they because they have to be, you know, but back then, bitch, no, you know, like when I was growing up, the kid shows, they weren't as baby, but they also, you know, obviously did not show any gay characters or, you know, of course, any like trans or anything like that. But now it's slowly being introduced because we have to understand that the kids in this generation are a lot more mature. They know more, right? It's in their books. Like, they're introduced to life. I mean, listen, I was at Starbucks the other day and this fucking like 12-year-old girl, or even lower, she was on her iPhone, she was texting away, right? Her mother was like, what would you like, Delilah? And she goes, oh my God, can I get a gluten-free matcha something, blah, 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 muffin? But please, can it just be toasted this time? Thanks. I was like, at 12 years old, I was eating macaroni and cheese with a chicken tender and, you know, freaking pretending I was Britney Spears. I would wear a shirt over my head, and that was my long shirt, and then I would literally get aluminum foil and put it as a microphone and do performances. Bitch, I didn't know what gluten-free was, okay? Like, I don't know if I'm a late bloomer, but damn, like, she was like, yeah, can I get a matcha oat milk with a gluten-free muffin, please? Like, girl, what? You know, so like these kids shows, they are not connecting because they need, kids nowadays are a lot more adult than than, you know, but we were, I think, introduced more to like real life stuff. Like if you would watch like, you know, family shows and stuff, like it was like, you know what I mean? Like it was kind of more real. I think the 80s were real, 90s were real, 2000s, early 2000s, and then now it's just like, let's go back to like, everything is picture perfect, and like the jokes are so dumb. I was watching the Disney Channel the other day, and I was like, oh, this is so stupid. And it's not because I'm an adult looking, you know, at this, but I just feel like it's a lot more immature. Anyways, going back to Selena Gomez. There is so much pressure that these, you know, teen stars had to go through. And I feel like a good role model is so right. I think nowadays a role model, because everyone is talking so much about mental health and you know, being connected to your mental health and everything. I think that it's so important to talk about these things. And I think she's right. I think showing the ugly, the complicated, you know, the realness is for a better role model. And I think that's why so many little girls and boys love this Olivia Rodrigo girl, because she sings about heartbreak. And when you're at that age, you know, you like someone, you have a crush, and then they don't like you back, so you're going through a huge heartbreak, you know, they have to stop playing so much pretend and start realizing that, you know, kids are more advanced than they really want, you know, than they really believe. And I feel like Selena Gomez saying what the hell was not going to do anything. But yeah, I mean, the cursing, there are bad words, you know, that you don't say when you're a little kid. But girl, I was watching a movie the other day, and that little girl was calling her mother, see you next Tuesday, you know? But I don't know, you guys. I think it's different. But of course, I think that definitely adds to like trauma, right? I think that everyone can, you know, take trauma. I was watching Selena Gomez videos the other day. I was hungover, and I put on a video on YouTube, like a Britney Spears video, and then it just went on, and I was so lazy, I couldn't get the control. And I was watching her older videos, and honestly, like, she looked miserable. Like, Selena Gomez looked absolutely miserable. Like, you know, with that song, tell me something I don't know, from a Cinderella movie that she did. And she just looks so, like, you know what I mean? Like, they want them to, like, especially, like, the Disney stars who turn singers, they want them to sing about heartbreak and stuff, but then in their shows, they're acting so freaking dumb. Anyways, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. What was your favorite show growing up? My favorite shows, because I have so many, okay? I have so many. I love the throwbacks when I was a kid. So I loved Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I loved, shit. Well, of course, That's So Raven. Clueless, Step by Step, Full House. Well, I only liked Full House because of Mary-Kate and Ashley. I loved Family Matters, The Parkers, Moesha, Blossom. Why Blossom I saw during quarantine for the first time, so I can't say I watched it back then because I don't remember seeing it. Clarissa Explains It All that. Nickelodeon had a thing called Nick at Night on Fridays. It would show throwback shows. So it was like I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched and The Brady Bunch and Clarissa Explains It All. Like all of these really cool shows. Like I love those freaking shows. Yeah, I mean, there were so many shows I loved. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Because, you know, I didn't have many friends when I was a little kid. So I spent a lot of time in my fantasy world, and then I would, my treat was to watch my shows, and I would pretend they were my friends. I love you guys so much. Now you're my friends. Thank you so much. Do you guys remember when you would be like, are we friends? Yes, maybe, no. Do you guys remember that? I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.